Hello everyone and welcome! Welcome to the ancient battle arena that is better known as Age of Empires. Today I will be looking into some more Megarandom games. So for today we have CCS Akuo versus Anymap. Akuo, I do know of this player. He is a decent player, but Anymap I have never heard of him, or at least I haven't seen too many games of him as far as I know. So then, looking at the map, we have some sort of ancient lake kind of map. But look at this, all these relics in the middle. I've never seen this before. Interesting. So since there is hardly any gold on the map, it will be so important to take these relics. But I thought monks couldn't take relics into transport ships, so we'll have to see if this is going to work. I think so, because otherwise, of course, this wouldn't be here. But what a strange map already, and that is what I do love about Megarandom. Then looking at the rest of the map to see if any players, or any of the players has any advantage. First, let's take a look at anymap. He has his resources nicely in the back here, stone and gold in the back, so that's gonna be alright. Just like his wood line. He can make a lumber camp here and wall off if he wants to, and then he is gonna be absolutely alright. Then, oh, and by the way, he has additional stone in here, so I gotta remember that. Two stone piles for any map. Then for the second player, Akuo, he has his stone here in the back and his gold as well, so he's gonna be alright taking any resources as well. His deer though, they are nicely close to his town center, so that's why Akuo is already pushing some deer in, getting a nice amount of food. And I'm not sure if he scouted his boar yet, no, but he will scout them in a matter of seconds here. And then he can, instead of taking some deer, he can take some boar. But in the later game, or in the not so late game, this water is going to be so important. Look at all the fish here. It will be so nice to to dock up here, get some fishing ships out, and do a really nice fish boom. And of course, these relics are important as well, so that's why you definitely want to have the water in this game. So I will speed things up a little, as I do expect these guys to not be bothered too much with the land game. And they are probably going to dock anytime soon. There you go, Akuo putting up his first dock already. And I'd say 4 minutes in, that's a really nice time, but Anymap is not going to let Akuo dock, as Akuo is not on loom yet, so this scout could have easily killed a villager. And now Anymap has to back off, but man, that's really risky there for Akuo already. Almost losing his villager. That's why you see some players wall in their villagers with some pallicides. But I think Akuo just didn't expect this to happen, so really nice play by Anymap. And with that he also delayed Akuo's dock time, so he will have a slight advantage already over Akuo. And looking at this is definitely the standard galley rush build order as far as I can see. Anymap now doing loom, and is he going up already? Well, he is definitely a lot closer to going up than Akuo, since Akuo had taken his boar in a little bit later, or a lot later actually, than Anymap. And there you go, Anymap now going up, and this is gonna be real important with this map. Because if Akuo is not going to click up anytime soon, and looking at this... Oh wait, he will click up soon, but still he will be delayed with bringing in his second dock, bringing in his first galleys, and then he might lose the water already. So we'll have to see what is going to happen if Anymap can keep up his advantage. Population though, it is already 4 villagers or 4 population ahead for Akuo. So in that regard, Akuo is ahead. But how will that be in a few minutes when anymap is going to get out some galleys? So Akuo now almost hitting feudal age, and I'm not sure. Oh, he is going for 3 dogs as well. Okay. Usually when I play, I don't dare to go beyond 2 dogs in the early feudal game, but these guys are confident. They know their galley rush build, so they are going to go for 3 dogs. And well, Akuo, he is behind, so he kind of has to. But for anymap, well, he is going with 3 dogs as well. And there you go, one fishing ship down already for anymap, doing the damage wherever he can. And he will get a 3rd one, but can he save his galleys? I think so. He can go around here, move his galleys to the back, and then he will be fine. But anymap should try to keep his army together. I mean his galleys together. Otherwise he might run into trouble. As Akuo now is going to go forwards and see if he can do any damage. But yeah, anymap is not going to sit quiet here and do nothing. He is gonna build some more galleys of his own. Keeping up the galley production is so important with maps like these. And looking at this, what a shame. Akuo is going to wall. That's a shame. I would have loved any of these players to go see them to go on land. But for now that's not gonna happen. At least not on this side. Maybe if anymap feels lucky he might go around on this side, but anymap has to keep up galley production, and because of that he will have to keep on taking gold and wood to keep up the galley production. But that's the thing, you know, even though there is still 800 gold in here, I do wonder what these players are going to do when all the gold is gone. And there you go, Akuo laming the deer and killing 2 or at least 1 villager. Man, Akuo, what a nice play there by him, nice and aggressive. Even though he is outnumbered, right? Oh, not anymore, but I think most of his, no, okay, apparently he has all his galleys in here. Anyway, he tried to do the damage, even though he knew it was a risky move, and he is losing 2 galleys now, so it was a risky move. But then again, he did kill 1 villager. Or at least 1, I'm not sure if he did 1 or 2, but I'd say it's a fairly decent damage he got out of that. And neither of the players are on fletching yet. Right? Oh no, anymap is on fletching. Akuo isn't. Does he have a blacksmith yet? Oh, no, I can't spot any blacksmith, so that's gonna be a little bit hard for Akuo. He is outnumbered and he doesn't have fletching, so that's not really looking good for Akuo. And now he's gonna run his galleys into the galleys of anymap. What's that? You are behind in numbers. You don't have fletching, so no, man. This is, you just want to run your galleys. You know, you want to run with your galleys, but no. Akuo losing so many numbers here. He will have a really hard time keeping up. So since Akuo is behind by so much, I would love to see him transport, and that's exactly what he is going to do. He might to do something on land if he can distract. If Akuo can distract anymap here, he might sneak some villagers behind his walls and do maybe some damage on the land. But it's gonna be hard since anymap walled here as well, and Akuo doesn't know of that. And interesting, is anymap gonna spot this? No, he doesn't. So now what? Because this is a ballsy sneak by Akuo. And is it going to work though? Is it going to work? He's going with archery ranges. So if he does some archers, he might definitely kill some villagers. But is it going to be in time, since anymap now is going up to Castle Age? And Akuo is really going ballsy here, doing a tower. And it looks like anymap is not even noticing. What is anymap doing here? Does he even pay attention to his homeland? Another tower going up for Akuo, and now the archers are out, and all the water control by anymap, it's not really relevant anymore. Not really that relevant anymore, since since Akio is doing the damage now on land. The question is though, can Akio keep it up? As anymap is almost there, up to Castle H. And Akio, well, he is not going up anytime soon. He does have enough wood and gold to keep up archer production, but he won't have the food to go up to Castle H. On the other hand though, anymap, he might want to do some knights to counter these archers, or of course some skirmishers, that would work as well. But the thing is, he doesn't really have too much gold. And if Akio is going to do more towers here... Oh, this tower, by the way, not really so good. It's in range of the town center, so yeah, that one is going to go away. And he might even lose his villagers now. Well, at least these two, but... No, okay, he's not going to lose them. But man, what a nice turn of events there by Akio. And doing the sneak right there definitely brought him back into the game. And if Akio keeps this forward here and keeps doing the damage, then he might come back in the game. As for now, looking at the population, it's still not really in the favor of Akio. But then again, most of anymap's military here is on the water, and that's military he can't do an awful lot with. So anymap is going for the Great Migration, as he probably doesn't see any more... Yeah, this wood line is denied by these archers, so yeah. He has to run, and now Akio up to Castle H as well. And what is anymap going to do? Man, he will have so much trouble getting this back. His town center basically denied from anything. And even though anymap probably can make some villagers and run them to the back, it's going to be so inefficient for him to do anything. And he better get some extra town center here in the back, and maybe try to rebuild here. But really nice play by Akio again, as anymap is trying to do a monastery. I think he's probably doing it for two reasons. One, of course, to get the relics in the middle, but also maybe to counter the knights that he probably knows they are incoming. And Akio going even more so aggressive, taking some stone here. Really nice, of course, to take your enemy's stone. Not that there wasn't enough on the homeland here, but now he can take twice as much stone and maybe do a castle if he has the resources for it. Well, looking at this, he has 500 stone already, so he might do a castle and then go maybe into some boat raiders. Who knows? Although boat raiders in the early castle game, I would say that's not really favorable over knights. Whereas the Kelp Knights, I think they have bloodlines. Oh, no, they don't have it. Okay, so then boat raiders might be better to raid. I honestly don't really know, but still, Akio is doing so much damage, even though I'm not sure how anymap still has a score lead. But what is he going to do? Unless anymap does some crazy reboom right here. I mean, you know, some crazy boom right here and walls all of this off, which he should, I think. He's not even walled, even though he has these galleys over here. If some knights sneak by here, Akio might still do some damage. And there you go, original town center now from anymap is going down. And this ram, what is he going to do? Probably going to get rid of these buildings. If this marketeer from anymap is going to go down, he can't buy any resources, so he will have to balance his economy even more. But that's not really the major issue for anymap. In the meantime, I am curious to see how many relics does he have. Only one, but he is bringing them in, going 2 monks at once, and apparently they can take relics in transport ships. Okay, I didn't know that. I think I saw a video from Zero Empires what would happen if a monk goes into a transport ship, but that might be another version of Age of Empires, maybe the HD version, I don't know. Either way, anymap now going to... I'm not sure why he's going with skirmishers. You know, anymap knows that Akio is going with knights, so why in the world would you go with skirmishers? And besides this mangonel here, skirmishers versus mangonel, that's not going to work either. So I'd say anymap better makes some monks, as he is now getting some serious gold out of this. He is bringing in so many relics now, and Akio, even though he is in a really good position, he might want to take some relics of his own. Otherwise, anymap is going to have such a big advantage again. And taking all these relics, he might sell his gold for all the resources he wants. Or of course use the gold for whatever unit he wants. But as for now, I would say Akio, watch out, don't throw away your advantage like this. And oh, look at this, nice, Akio, he is going like really aggressive now, as he is going down to the south as well. Is he stacking up? What units is he stacking up? He is going with scouts, as I am looking at the resources of Akio. He doesn't have any gold, and I think all the gold is gone now in his base camp. Yes, it is. And he doesn't have any relics, so either he has to sell some stone to get some gold, or he will have to go full thrash. And then anymap is going to have an advantage again. So yeah, looking at this, okay. Anymap defending these relics with his life, because that is the only chance for anymap to come back into these games. In the meantime, Akio trying to raid everywhere he can, going up to Lightcav. And of course Lightcav being a really nice unit to raid with, even if you don't have any gold. It's a really nice unit to have. And looking at the population, anymap, he is 30 population behind. But then again, he does have the gold. So he better spend his gold on some units, being the Celts. No, he doesn't have a castle yet, otherwise he might be going with road raiders, maybe transport some road raiders over to the other side, since he does have the water control. And then rack some havoc upon the economy here, the home base of Akio. But yeah, as for now, anymap trying to stop the raiding from Akio. And even though Akio doesn't have... He's constantly on the defensive side. I think he you know, Akio is sitting on a ticking time bomb. If anymap is going to pick all these relics up, and well, it doesn't even have to be all of them. Look at this, he has how many? 2, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9? A lot of relics. I can't count, I'm sorry. But yeah, so if Akio is not going to finish this game anytime soon, Akio might still lose this game. So castle now, castle drop more or less on this town center of anymap, and that's the problem for anymap. Even though he has the resources, look at the resources he has. He can't really spend them, as he's been constantly raided by Akio, and now even more so with this castle, with this ram here. His anymap's town center is gonna be gone, and he will only have this one. And on this side, Akio is raiding like crazy again. So that's really anymap's problem. I think he might have been focusing a little bit too much on taking all these relics home. Again, you can have all the resources you want, but if you can't spend them, there's no use in having them. So, okay, anymap upgrading to War Galley. I'm not really sure about that decision. As Akio, he has to stay aggressive, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to build another castle, of course. He had so much stone. He had like all the stone in the world he wanted. So he can make castles all he wants. And I would say really nice game. In the beginning it really looked like anymap had this game with having a good water control, but that sneak, even though it was so risky from Akio, it worked. It definitely worked out. Because I think anymap was focusing a little bit too much on water, as he didn't even spot the tower going up. Or maybe he spotted it, but he didn't do anything with it. He more or less let it happen. And Akio now even going up to Imperial Age. Wow, how did he get the gold? Oh, I think I know why. I think he sold a lot of resources to get up there. And that will be the last, I think that will be the final blow to anymap. As anymap still trying to defend, and even though he doesn't have the resources to go up, he doesn't even have the economy to go up. And yeah, there's not a whole lot he can do at this point. And there you go, anymap saying GG. Nice. Nice game. GG indeed.